Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Browns Latest. I'm Dave Grendzynski, and this is where you can come on in and get caught up on some of the latest news involving our Cleveland Browns and get a 10-minute take along the way. If you can, please like the previous episodes, like this episode, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and get those comments in the viewer comment section. Now, you may have noticed we're still with the doors, the doors, but this is the last day. We'll be back in the Browns' latest studio starting tomorrow, just in time for OTAs. We'll get the studio back. Coming up on today's show, ESPN ranks it the most underrated players at every position, and a Browns player actually made the list. Also, OTAs haven't even started yet, and there's already talk of Kenny Pickett being traded. We'll tell you who the pursuer might be. Kevin Stfansky hits the airwaves over the weekend, talking quarterbacks. He was asked about his reaction when the Browns drafted Shedeur Sanders, but it's the one quarterback he didn't mention that was telling to me. And we'll do our holiday edition of the viewer comments. But first things first, how about this? ESPN puts together this list of most underrated players at each position, and our man, Corey Bojorquez, makes the list. This is one of the best punters in the NFL, maybe one of the best kept secrets in the NFL. Last year, his fourth straight year, he was in the top 10 for gross punt value. Also, 9th in 2023, 5th in 2022, 10th in 2021. Remember, we got him from Green Bay. And so, he is just, when he's third in the league with 36 punts inside the 20-yard line last year. This guy, when you need a kick, when you need to pin a team deep, he is really, he's almost automatic. Maybe he is. I'll say he is automatic. He has been one of the bright spots on what has been, well, especially last year. He was probably the bright spot on the Browns roster during that dismal season last year. But good to see our punter getting the recognition he deserves. Now, one of the other things that has happened over this holiday weekend is trade talk already involving Kenny Pickett. We haven't even gotten to OTAs yet, and it's already started. And the thing is, what was said, it was said by a host of the Locked On Saints podcast. So you probably already know where this is going. The host's name is Ross Jackson, and this is what he said. He said, in a scenario in which the Saints get to the end of preseason and decide they need a veteran quarterback in the building, he can absolutely see Kenny Pickett being the target. No disrespect to Joe Flacco, but the reason why he likes Pickett is because he has the connection to Kellen Moore. He played under Kellen Moore and won with Kellen Moore. And remember, we talked about this, folks, the connection between Pickett and Kellen Moore being what I think is the absolute, that connection there will be the reason they trade for him. And the other thing, folks, you have to remember, this is also the reason Pickett is probably going to start. He's going to get a lot of reps to start as we get into OTAs tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. But there's going to be some showcasing involved with Pickett as well. And so the host of the Locked On Saints podcast agrees. Remember, we mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, and so he's in line with what we're thinking, and so we will see what will happen. Or who knows? Maybe Kenny Pickett balls out and takes us to a Super Bowl. Never know. Could happen. But he's your clubhouse leader heading into OTAs, and he's also he's going to be a top trade target if he does play well out of the gate. Now, somebody else who was talking this weekend was the head coach, Kevin Stfansky. And he was on the morning show on 92.3 The Fan, the sports talk radio show here in Cleveland with Ken Carman and Anthony Lima. And they asked him about a lot of different things. They asked him about his impression from rookie camp. He said, it's important to keep the competition balanced. And he said the rookie quarterbacks did a nice job in 7-on-7s. He had a lot of nice things to say about Harold Fannin Jr. And he also had some glowing praise for Kenny Pickett. There he is again. He described him as athletic and hardworking, and he also referenced the time they spent with him in the pre-draft process in 2022. So this isn't like the first time they got a chance to see him. They were considering taking him when he came out of Pitt in 2022. But here's what struck me the most about this conversation is the one quarterback he didn't mention. He was asked who has the leg up in the quarterback competition, and he said, well, we have 4 quarterbacks in the room. 4. Flacco, Pickett, Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel. No mention of Deshaun Watson. So there you go, folks. I'm telling you, Watson will never take another snap again for the Browns. Even the head coach doesn't even remember to mention him in his media. So and Watson is there. Watson is there throwing to receivers, and so it's not like he's out of sight, out of mind. He's right there in front of them every single day out in Berea, but he just forgot to mention him. Now, the other thing that he was asked about was his face when they drafted Shedeur Sanders, and his reaction was, "You're telling me that I have resting draft face?" And so, he played it off and he said, listen, he goes, it's a long process. We're in that room all day watching TV just like everybody else. And he said, they react to pretty much every draft pick the same way. It's actually somebody went back. They talked about it. They went back and they looked at his reaction to every draft pick, and they came to the conclusion, his face was almost essentially the same for every single draft pick. So anybody who was trying to read anything into his face when they drafted Shedeur, he had a nice. That was a funny line. He said he has resting draft face. So maybe he has coined a new phrase here in Cleveland. And now, nothing new about how good our viewer comments always are. And we got a holiday edition, so they're going to be extra special today. We'll start with D. Styles, who says, everybody wants us to pretend that because Shedeur was drafted late, his talents disappeared, and now he's going to perform like a late draft pick. He's either going to be the best pick in the draft or the second best. We saw him play. We know that he is a very accurate quarterback. So there's no two ends of the spectrum for D. Styles. He's either going to play as the best pick in the draft or the second best pick in the draft. So it's good to hear. It's good confidence. And it's all going to start playing out tomorrow, folks. This is where it's really going to start. Jim 6, JO6HF, more password than YouTube handle. But Jim 6 says, I have some hope for the Browns this year. They did a good job in the draft. They have a chance to be good. Last year, I gave up early and started watching Tampa Bay games. So maybe, he's pulling for Baker. He says, I hope I can be a Browns guy again. I think you can, Jim 6. I think that, the things that are happening and the way we're set up, and I think the offense we're going to run, if the defense can really get it going, and I think they're going to win some games this year. I think they'll be more bearable to watch. Let's put it that way. And who knows, may surprise us all and do some special things. See Truly, FE 4452. Excellent point about the statue. Never thought that far ahead. Remember when I said whoever it is that quarterbacks this team and takes it to a Super Bowl and wins one, they will have a statue built? No question. I mean, this is how. I mean, we've waited so long in Cleveland. So whoever it is, whatever quarterback it is that takes the reins and gets us there, is for sure going to be on a very short list to have a statue built for them here in Cleveland. And the Shaq guy says, how do you hate Deion Sanders? Like, I don't hate Deion Sanders. I love Deion Sanders. And I love you too, Shaq guy. But I don't hate Deion. Love Deion. Didn't you hear my story about how he saved me when I needed a Niner to cover against the Saints back in the day? Anyway, but that is how we will end it today. Hey, have a great holiday. And the fun starts tomorrow. OTAs, we'll break it all down, what you can expect in tomorrow's show. But have a good, safe holiday, and the fun begins tomorrow. All right, that'll do it. Go Browns. We'll see you next time.